Welcome to Stretch and Unwind. I hope your day has started off on a good foot. And like I said, just some pillows, a couple blocks, but you could probably actually do this practice without props if you didn't have any, so not to worry. So our focus for today's class is going to be a little bit of a detox. It's a new month, which always means there is an opportunity to set a new intention, to maybe set aside some old habits that aren't working, to bring something new and more fulfilling in. So that'll kind of be our focus for today's practice. So let's sit with that for a minute by coming into child's pose. So if you'd like a wide-legged child's pose today, or perhaps you prefer your knees together or even your bolster. Just decide what is going to work for you. And then reach your arms forward and relax your head down onto the mat. Feel the breath in the upper back as you inhale, expanding, and exhaling, settling in. Feel the support of the earth beneath your head. Let your arms just relax. And as you breathe in and out, set an intention, perhaps just for today, or perhaps for this new month. Bringing more self-care into your routine. Perhaps a new health ritual. Just think of something that nourishes your body, mind, and spirit. And let's take 3 more deep breaths. Get ready to rise up. Coming to all fours, stacking hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Cat and cow. The belly drops down as you look forward. As you exhale, curl pelvis in towards chin and chest, round the upper back. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round inward. Move and flow with your breath, keeping your intention near and dear. Feel free to incorporate any non-linear movements in your cat and cow as you begin to explore the body this morning, finding out where those little tight spots live. Close down the eyes and feel that connection. And then reverse any direction if you're going in a circular motion. And now we'll pause at neutral spine, reaching the left arm up and overhead. And then we'll scoop that arm underneath and just hover over the mat. Again, inhale, sweep the arm up, open. And exhale, scoop it under. Inhale, rise, lift up. And then we'll slide that left arm under, land the shoulder, land the head. Those fingertips in front of the face to start. Make sure you feel stable here. Take a nice deep breath in. You do have the option to reach that right arm up and tuck it behind, but only do that if you feel really stable and secure in your shape. Otherwise, keep that hand in front of the face. And then start to feel that nice opening through the upper back, the shoulder blades. So our practice will focus on quite a bit of twisting today. We'll start with the upper body, make our way down. So find that soft, fluid breath. Let's take one more deep breath. If you have that right hand tucked behind, you'll slowly bring it back in front of the face onto the floor. And then press yourself up. We'll lift that left arm up one time, reaching open, and then setting that hand back down. Get those hands back underneath the shoulders. Let's just do a few cat and cows here to reset the spine. And now we'll do the other side. Right arm lifts up and open. And then scoop that arm under. Just hover it over the mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hover. Inhale, reach. And then we'll slide that hand and that arm down. Land it, turn the head, rest it onto your mat. Left fingertips in front of the face, or you can take that back tuck if you prefer. Take 3 more deep breaths. Untuck that top arm, place it back onto the floor. Press into the earth. Start to rise. Lift, reach up, open one time. And set that hand down. Just a few more cat and cows. And then when you're ready, let's take downward facing dog. So tuck your toes under and rise up through the hips. And if you prefer not to take downward dog today, you can continue with your cat and cows on all fours. Start to pedal out the feet, feeling the stretch in through the hamstrings and the calves, maybe even up into the low back. And then start to sink the heels, press the hips up a little bit higher. And our alignment for our downward dog is the toes are slightly in and the heels are slightly out as you gaze between your knees, pressing the hips up high, spreading the fingers nice and wide. One more breath. Now let's start to walk the hands toward the feet. Keeping those feet hip width apart, maybe even wider, coming into dangling pose or uttanasana. Keep a nice gentle bend to the knees. Relax the head down, let gravity pull the spine down with ease. And just float. Maybe grab the elbows if you like, or simply graze the earth, or grab onto a block. And if it feels uncomfortable for the low back, then bend those knees some more. Just take a moment to really feel the earth in all the corners of the feet, shifting the weight ever so slightly. And then we'll come up onto our fingertips. We'll bend the left knee and then reach the right arm up toward the ceiling. Maybe feeling that in through the right IT band. Let's go to the other side. Right fingertips down, right knee bends, left arm lifts up and open. And release that down. Very, very slowly. Let's keep the upper body heavy and start to roll ourselves up to stand. The head is the very, very last to come up. Sweep the arms up one time, reach up. And exhale, fold over gentle knees. Walk the hands forward, come back into your downward facing dog. Here we'll step the right foot forward. Lower the back knee down, coming into a low lunge. So we're shifting the hips forward without caving into the low back. Keeping the heart lifted. Take another breath. And then we'll start to sink back into a half split, bowing over the right leg. Ardha Hanumanasana. Now you might be feeling tight there, so let's just flow it a little bit. Inhale forward into your low lunge. Exhale, shift it back into your half split. And again, forward. And back. See if you can hold your half split here. Taking the fingertips maybe to a different position that feels more stable for you, maybe out to the side. Keeping that right hip intending back and down, that left hip intending slightly forward. And keep the hips nice and square. Now take the left hand just on the edge of the mat or maybe off of your mat and start to reach the right arm up, keeping that right hip heavy. You'll notice that that hip will want to lift. Try and keep it down. And just open up. Big, spacious with that right hand. Take a big deep breath into that right side body. And then we'll release that hand down. Walk forward, bend the front knee. Now we're going to come into pigeon pose. So caution for anyone who has knee injuries. We'll provide another option if you do have a knee issue. So heel to the left foot toward the left hand. And then you'll pick up that back foot. You'll set this knee down. And then you'll extend that back leg behind. Now you want to look back, make sure it looks nice and straight there behind. The hips are square. Now, if you have knee injury, you're going to come onto your back and do a threaded number 4 option instead of your pigeon pose. It's never worth compromising the knees. So let's just stay lifted here for a couple of breaths. It's a nice little back bend for the spine. And then when it feels ready for you, you can start to walk your hands forward, coming into your sleeping pigeon or sleeping swan, they call it in yin yoga. Either resting onto your forearms, or you can stack some pillows or a block and rest your head there. And once you find a shape that doesn't feel too intense, then you'll know that that's a shape that you'll be able to hold for a bit of time. So you don't want to come right into it feeling really uncomfortable, because it'll just get more uncomfortable with time. So settle in, find your shape, and tune into your breath. notice if you're still carrying any tension throughout the body, maybe into the face. See if you can become aware of it and then let it go. Take another nice deep breath. And then start to rise slowly. Tucking the back toe under, and we'll take downward facing dog. You can also come to all fours if you prefer. You can make circles with the legs or pedal out the feet if you're in your downward facing dog. So take the time to just reset here. One more breath, sink the heels down. Step the left foot forward into your low lunge. You can always use your hand to help get the heel there, and we'll lower the back knee down, coming into our low lunge. Now your hands can be on blocks if you want to bring that earth up a little bit higher for you. I'm just up onto my fingertips. I've got fairly long arms, so that works for me. So try not to dump into the low back. Keep the heart lifted. But notice that nice stretch through the front of the pelvis, the hip flexor. So one more breath, lift. And exhale, let's shift it back into our half split. And then we'll just flow a little bit between these two, easing in. Inhale to lift forward. And exhale to shift it back. Again, drawing forward, breathing in. Shifting back on the exhale. Draw forward. Shift it back and hold. Keeping that left hip heavy, right hip intending forward ever so slightly. Taking that right hand right to the edge of the mat, underneath your right shoulder, and then sweeping the left arm up and open, so keeping that left hip nice and heavy. And then find that space through the left side body where you can breathe and expand right into the side of the rib cage. So one more big, spacious breath. And we'll set that hand down, bend the knee and draw forward. Take another breath into this low lunge, lift the chest. And now we'll move into our pigeon pose. So that left foot starts to heel toe over to the right. And then we're going to set that foot down, picking up the back leg. making sure it looks nice and straight behind us. So squaring off here, the hips are square, the shoulders square to the front of the mat. If there's any knee pain at all, take the reclined version. And we'll just do a couple of breaths, lifted and open, taking that slight back bend. And then when you're ready, you can start to fold forward a little or a lot. Use your props if you'd like to set a block under the head or some pillows underneath your chest. And then settle into your still shape. And breathe easy, slowly and fully. Take another nice deep breath in. Slowly begin to rise. Placing the hands right under the shoulders, tucking the back toe under. Take downward facing dog, pedaling out the feet, or perhaps taking tabletop and circling out the legs. And then release. We'll bring our knees down to the mat and we'll come to a comfortable seat. Placing our feet out in front with our knees bent. You can take your hands to your shins. Inhale to lift the chest, draw the shoulders back. And exhale, round, curl forward, let the pelvis tilt back. Again, inhale, lift and open. Exhale, curl round in. And just a few more like that, moving with the breath. And release. Let's place our hands behind us. So still working into the piriformis here. We'll cross the right ankle over the left thigh. You may have to lift your hips a little, set it back down. So the closer you have that knee to the chest, the more intense it's going to be to back off, slide that foot away from the body. You can even flex that right foot. And then just a little shift from side to side. Notice if there's any little sticky spots. And then we'll start to straighten that left leg and set that foot to the inside. And now sitting up nice and tall. So in half butterfly pose or Janu Shirshasana. Inhale, reach the arms up, reach tall, and then fold over the left leg. Roll it up, just let the arms drag themselves up slowly. Again, reach all the way up, inch forward and fold. Roll it up. And last one, inhale. Exhale, fold and rest. Just rest the arms to the side. No need to grab onto anything. Maybe take a pillow for your head or a block. You can also take a block underneath that right knee if the leg is lifted there. And once you have landed, allow the shoulders to just round forward, the jaw to soften, the eyelids to relax. Let's take one more breath. And we'll slowly start to roll it back up. Pulling that right knee up into chest, letting the foot, squeezing that belly into thigh. And then left hand wraps around, right fingertips come behind to lengthen out the spine. Looking over the shoulder, breathing into the thigh, and feeling that compression. One more big breath. Release, start to face forward. We'll let that knee go back down again. And then right hand down to the earth. Lift the pelvis up. Left arm reaches overhead. Big side stretch. Reach behind. Open up. And release it back down. And other side. So knees bent. This time we're crossing the left ankle over the thigh. I've lifted my hips up and then set them down. If it's too much, slide your feet away from the body. And then little movements from side to side. So you can work into that hip joint, into the gluteus muscles. And then we'll slide that right leg down. Then we'll just set that left foot to the inside of the inner thigh, sitting up nice and tall, reaching up with both arms, hinging at the hip crease. We'll fold forward over the right leg. Rolling it up 2 times. So there's one, roll it up. Reaching, hinging, folding. And there's our second roll up. And fold. Find your resting place. Hands on either side. Head relaxed. Props for support. Then do a little scan of the body. Is there anywhere that is still clenching or holding? Release through the face. Release through that left hip. Let the shoulders and upper back relax. Another deep breath here. Starting to rise when you're ready to. Take any pause. And then we're going to pull that knee into the chest, setting that left foot down. Right arm wraps around the left leg. Left fingertips come behind, helping us to elongate the spine as we look over the shoulder, squeezing that thigh into the belly as we breathe. Turning to face forward, setting that left knee back down again, left hand behind, lifting the pelvis up, reaching overhead, opening through the heart, stretching through the side body. Just for one breath. And we'll set everything back down again. Now let's come all the way onto our backs. Hooray. Pull your knees into your chest. Keep any blocks or pillows beside you so you can easily grab them if needed for support. Just curl knees into chest, rock a little from side to side. It feels good. Now let's hold on to the left leg as we extend the right leg long. And just move it from side to side. Option to take half happy baby. Grab the outside of the left foot. Take the right hand to the right hip, keeping it grounded. And then the left foot toward the ceiling, knee toward the armpit. And if that's an awkward shape for you, just keep hugging in that knee instead. Now just releasing that, knee hugs in. Right arm draws the left leg across the body, coming into a reclined twist. Open the left arm up to the side. Now, if that top leg there is floating, grab a pillow, slide it underneath so it feels much more comfy and an opportunity for you to release and relax into the pose. You can take that right hand to your thigh just to ground and stabilize. See if you can completely relax that left arm. We'll slowly, when you're ready, start to release, rolling back onto the back. We'll bend both knees so we can set the hips down with a nice long straight spine. And then pull both knees into chest, rocking from side to side. Now holding on to that right knee, extending the left leg long. Little movements here. And either staying with that or taking your half happy baby, you decide. And then bring knee into chest. Draw that right leg across the body, coming into your twist. Grab your pillow or block to slide under. And then open that right arm up. Find a soft place to land, to breathe, to be still. Take another deep breath. When you're ready, you can start to roll onto your back. Planting both feet down so you can realign the spine. Bringing both knees into chest. Big squeeze here. Option to take full happy baby pose if you'd like, or just keep hugging into the knees. Bringing the soles of the feet together, interlacing the fingers around the feet as the knees go wide, slightly pressing the feet into the hands, maybe lifting the shoulders up if that feels good for you. And then slowly setting that down. And getting ready for our final Shavasana. Extending the legs out to the sides, taking up as much space as you have. Sliding pillows under your knees if that feels good. And then just surrendering. Feeling supported, feeling open to a new month. New possibilities, new opportunities. Coming back to that intention. Just being at peace with that for these next few minutes. You can start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Circle through the wrists and the ankles. Making your movements bigger. Taking a big stretch overhead, pointing through the toes. Be nice and long. And then pull the knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Rolling onto your right side. Resting your head onto your arm. Taking a few moments, pause. And then gradually rising up when you're ready. Perhaps you'd like to take some more time onto your mat this morning. And that is, of course, absolutely fine. Wherever you are, laying down or seated, close your eyes. And imagine with an open mind, a new month of opportunity, of love, of blessings. And setting your intention for today and moving into this month. Take a nice deep breath into the nose. Exhale, release it out. 2 more times like that. Inhale through the nose. And release. 1 more. Breathe in. And let go. Let go of anything that isn't serving, that isn't good. Make some new, nourishing, positive habits, starting now and going forward. Thanks so much for your practice today. Namaste.